Greetings and welcome once again to another exciting and live episode of Wife Only. In today's sitting, we're going to be discussing the concept of male or man. But the question that we want to explore is a man necessary in the household? If that is something that you want to know, then stick around with us and see you at the end of this video where we can leave our comments and commentary below. If that is what you're interested in, that is what you want to hear, let us get into the meat of the matter of the meat that you came here to devour. And so let it begin. Amos 3 and verse 3 says to us that can two walk unless they agree, except they agree? No, two cannot walk unless they agree. There is a loud cry for men in the society at this time. For this reason, women have been limited in fulfilling their purpose, as they have stepped out of alignment just to keep the family together. But in keeping the family together outside of alignment is actually destroying the structural integrity of the family. So it looks good on the outside, but the foundation is non-existent. It is Yahweh Elohim who created man. This powerful God wanted to relate to man and oversee their affairs so they can oversee your affairs. Exodus 34 and verse 23 and 24, it says to us, "Thrice in the year shall all your men children appear before the Lord, the God of Israel. For I will cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge the borders. Neither shall any man desires thy land, when thou shalt go up to appear before the Lord thy God thrice in the year." When the men, children, males go to God, when they leave, they are men, because they would have had an encounter with their Maker, not leaving his presence, but by the experience of beholding, they become changed, as being a man indicates a direct connection that is constant and consistent with the Maker and the King. A male is derived due to genetic birth. However, only when there is alignment with purpose does the male become a man. Male or boyhood is a state in which one is dependent, immature, and not yet responsible. The transition into manhood is when the male moves into a state of knowing himself, realizing his identity, in which he becomes responsible and exercises leadership capabilities towards others. Relationship chaos shows its ugly head when God is not allowed in the life of the male. That is where we get the destructive behaviors, which misrepresent the stewardship, the authority that men have been given. If the woman keeps choosing males, they will always get messed up and wiped out, having to repeatedly start over. There is nothing wrong with starting over, but if you're starting over from the same place, doing the same thing, expecting a different result, then something must be wrong with your mental faculties of allowing yourself to be selected. Only a man can give a woman what she needs. The males can give you the enjoyment, the enticement of what you want, but only a man can get you to the destination to allow you to fulfill your purpose in accordance to the will of God. So you have to decide for yourself as a woman, do you want a male or do you want a man? Or do you want a male man? Or do you want the man to come in the male, which is the gift to you? You have to choose what it is that you want. And as such, let us get back into the meat of the matter that you came here to devour. This idea, this concept, it is the relationship of the man under the comprehensive rule of God that will determine how he turns out. As you being a woman is a mirror. It lets a male or a man know what his own submission to God looks like. So you see how important a woman is, because she represents a reflection of the submissive relationship for a man and God. The role of the man is to implement the rules of God and not to create them along the way. A man knows and understands that he is obligated to a higher order. You have to understand this a little deeper. So the man understands that he is not in any fenke business. He is not in any play or dolly house situation. He is under authority to the highest order. What males are called to do is to submit his will so that he can be under authority to the Maker and the King, so he can be transformed in being a man. God has the last word, and that is why he gives us specific instruction, as we saw in the Genesis account, where he gave Adam specific instruction that of every fruit you can eat except. But what happened? The curiosity built. The limitation was to remind Adam every time he passed the tree that he was the created and not the creator. The freedom did not mean that the man was independent of God. There are just some things that a man cannot do. The reason is just because God told him that he cannot do it, and that just settles it. So we're not going to waste time trying to figure out what it is that we can do, what we cannot do. We are not concerned about that. All we are concerned about is doing what the Lord says that we can do. All the freedom only comes when the man is submitted to God. When males do their own thing and not submitting to God, they get to eat the fruit, or they may, but they lose the total freedom that comes with submission. They lose the blessings and the benefit that comes from being a man in the kingdom. Now, we have to examine 15 distinctions between a male and a man outside of what we have established previously. If that is something that you're interested in, you may want to stick around to our next session, because we're going to get a little deeper into the matter of distinguishing the difference between a male and a man. If that is something that you're interested in, please join us in our next sitting. Signing out from Wife Only is Kareem Ainsley, the wife lifestyle strategist. See you on the inside in the next session. Until then, be the wife you were meant to be. Enjoy your blessings.